Welcome back to another Guardian Tales video, boys. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. We're not just doing Arena every single day. We are going to talk about inventory management. We're going to talk about the book and collections and all of that stuff. So let's get on to it. Now, when you do your story, you get a bunch of gold, you get some items and whatnot, and if you burn your gold off and you do gold dungeons or whatever you're working on like that, you get this what I call trash loot. And as a newer player, one of the things that you'll have to deal with is that your inventory can only hold 500 things. You see it here down at the bottom right corner. I got 369 slots filled out of 500. Now, currently on Korea right now and coming to North American server in like a week or two, the update is going to allow you to expand your bag slots up to 800 with gems. And it looks like it's not going to be super expensive, so it's probably a good way to go if you don't want to worry about that stuff. Although I feel like I'm kind of ahead of the curve finally. So, and it is important to note that the hammers do count as your inventory slots, but if you look at consumables, none of this stuff counts, none of the stones or anything like that, the stackables, they don't count, so don't worry about that. And all the other stuff. Okay, where are we? So, there you go. Now, speaking of hammers, when at all possible, under most circumstances, you want to use hammers to upgrade stuff pretty much all the time. And you want to save your items because of all the stuff that we're about to talk about. So you want to use your hammers to upgrade things, and you're going to want to save and not, for example, I wouldn't want to just, burn this shield to upgrade and enhance another item. That's not going to be good in the long term. Now, the exception to that is if you have finished out your book knowledge of all these gray items. So we're looking at the one-handed sword. I have collected all of these normals, all of the gray normals. I've unlocked them all. So there's no real reason for me to keep any of these. And you could say the same thing about the blue items once you've unlocked them all, with a few exceptions that we'll go into. So the reason why I bring that up is because if you're a newer player and you're really, really struggling with inventory space, what you can do is you can unlock all the gray items, which I'll show you when we get in the book. This is inventory, this is not the book. And then you can destroy these gray items when you get there. Once you've got them all unlocked, I'll show you that in a second. So you can either sell them for gold. So if I wanted to, I could just boop, 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 sell them all for gold. Or I could use these to upgrade other stuff, just like the same way that you would use a hammer. Same idea. It just depends on what you need. So we're going to come back to inventory. We're going to go into the book now. So again, menu, book, and then items, and here we go. So this is what I was talking about with the gray items. So here I have unlocked all of these normal items. So there's no real reason for me to keep any of them. I can destroy them, I can use an upgrade, I can sell them for gold. That's pretty much all you can do. And now if my inventory gets full, I just go and deal with all the gray items, and that should hold me over. You can do the same thing with the blue. Two main strategies here. Just wait until you passively fill these things up, because you might actually just get a 4-star bronze sword. So you might not need to take this 3-star up to a 4-star, because it's going to cost you a lot of gold to do that. So you can just wait and be patient on that. There's no real reason to. I went off and I finished out basket because I was using basket heroes. I started my account on the first Nari banner. Nari uses a basket. I think one of the next heroes I got was Bari, and she uses a basket, and then Maya came out and she uses a basket, and then basket just was how we were rolling. So I have everything except for Shining Jewel. So some of that was intentional, some of that was just how the things happened, and we have it all locked out here. But you can see there's a bunch of stuff where I could still work on it. Future Princess has staff. I could focus on that if I wanted to, but it makes more sense to focus on collections than it does to focus on each individual item, and that's what we'll talk about next. But there you go. So let's talk about collections. Pretty straightforward. They added this nice little thing that shows you before, if you didn't have it unlocked, it would just show everything grayed out, kind of like these green items down here are. But now they made a somewhat recent update where it would show you, if you have the item 5-star, it'll just show you what you're missing. So we have the pearl necklace, the pearl earring, we have it at 5-star, but it's low level, so it's not 60, and that's why the 60 is red right there. It's a really good change. Hopefully we'll keep doing little things that makes this easier. But when I had 10 minutes just to finally do it, I decided to go and make a chart. So use whatever your favorite spreadsheet program is. And what I did is I made columns across the top of all the items. So I just copied from here. 1-hand sword, 2-hand sword, rifle, bow, blah, 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 all the way. So that was my columns across the top. And then what I did is I went in there and I just added all these. So I would do U-earring. So it's unique, and then it's or U-pearl earring. So I know it's unique, it's pearl earring, straightforward. All these items are going to need to be level 65-star anyways, with the exceptions of the rares. So I just put it in, and then the next one, U-amethyst earring, and then here E for epic, E-ruby mirror ring. A little bit nerdy, but I mean it just takes like 10 minutes to do the whole thing. It's not that difficult. So I went and did that, and I just filled it out. So under accessories, we started putting those, and then this was a sword, this is a 2-handed sword, and so on. And the columns they all filled up, and then I just went through pretty much all of the spreadsheets. That's what I'm looking for. All the spreadsheets have a function where if you just highlight your column and you sort by alphabetical, it puts it in there. So since I have U in the front, all of my unique items are going to be clumped together. And since I wanted to go one extra step and be super nerdy, I color coded everything just so at a glance I can see what's going on. So I basically just copied this color, and then all my uniques are the same color, all my epics are green, and so on and so forth. And there's only one extra little thing I did. So I filled it out for everything I don't have. The reason I'm not going to share these spreadsheets is because I made it specific to me. So, for example, I've already done all of these, so I did not include these. I probably should have just done everything and then just made it as a shareable thing. But, whatever. It takes 10 minutes. Just make it happen. And you might want to organize yours in a different way than mine. But I filled it all the way out for all of the things. That's right, boys. All of the things that organize this. There will be a point to this when we get there. There's a couple of these. There are a couple of rares, and the rares only go to 4-star anyway, so it's a little bit easier. But you get the idea. There you go. Now, for cosmetics, I'll do something separate. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But in the future, I really do need to start getting cosmetics. Even if you don't use them, you get a ton of account bonuses. I think if I focused on the attack ones, I'd probably get like either 8% or maybe 12% attack just from focusing on those with like free gems. But we'll talk about cosmetics in the future. But it's definitely, even if you're not really cosmetic motivated, it's definitely something to keep your eye on. So there you go. And then we're going to jump back into inventory. So now if you look through here, you'll see all these little locks that I put on there, this thing right here, to lock the equipment. That way I don't accidentally get rid of an item that I need for collections. So we need Blood Sword, we need to get that to level 60, we need Gold Hilt Sword to level 60, we need Dryad Sword to level 60, and so on and so forth. Now, if you're free-to-play player, you might actually be using these weapons because you might not have a lot of exclusive weapons, so you might just want to hang on to these anyways, and there probably is a decent reason for, once you get to level 60, to not destroy them. Maybe you want to hang on to them. Maybe there's like some niche build that you need to do. There's a couple items that are legendary that come to mind. But for me, since I'm going for X weapons pretty much exclusively, I'm not too worried about it. So when I get this to level 60 and I'm able to unlock the collection, I got two options. I can use it as a hammer. It's a level 60 hammer that has a ton of experience, and I probably should do it that way. I should probably use it as a hammer or sell it for gold. Actually, selling it for gold is probably makes the most sense. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video on that. Because just for example, I guess I have to unlock it. Let's do this science real quick. So we're going to unlock it. We're going to go to sell. Boom. 41K. I think selling that for gold actually might be the best way to do it. Well, it depends. 41K is like 2 runs at the gold dungeon at the highest level. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. Yes, it's a little bit more than 2 runs at the gold dungeon at the highest level. And then if we look at extract, any 5-star that's not an exclusive is going to give you 30 magic metal. And then if I use it to level something else up, so we're still talking about Blood Sword. What if I want to, what is something I can level up? Let's go to accessory and use this, for example, enhance. Flip it the other way. It's a lot of XP. That would take me from 48 to 54.5. So my point here is not to tell you what you should do in every single example, but it's to tell you what your options are. So I could extract it for 30 magic metals, or I could sell it for 41k gold, which might be the way to go, or I could use it for hammers. Your hammers, whether you want to use it for hammer or not, kind of depends on how you do in Camazone, because I get so many hammers from Camazone. I might just be good on that, but who knows? If you guys have suggestions on which one's most important, go that way. But the gold dungeon, it's really like 25 coffee for you, and then magic metals are hard to get to. So anyways, you get the idea. But I need to get this level 60, and then when I do, once it's level 60, that's up to me. I could use it. I could, again, sell it for gold, use it as a hammer, or I could extract for magic metals. And there you go. So that's the idea there. And you see I've locked all the items that are eventually used for Colosseum, or not Colosseum, for collection. The only problem with the strategy that I'm doing is in the future, if they release new collections that use old items, there's a really good chance you're going to destroy and get rid of old items. So if you want to hang on to stuff that's not used in collections or something like that, that's on you. I'm really not going to stress about it, whatever. I'm hoping that they won't add new collections to old items. That would suck. But if they add new collections to new items, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. But you'd have to update your list from time to time. Also, other things. Let's say this was my best golden sword, so I locked it down. So I had it locked on that, and then later on, just from playing, or maybe I'm doing weapon pulls or something like that, boom, this thing drops in my face. So what I would do is I would just kind of update it from time to time. Just say, okay, well, let's take that one off lock, let's put this one on lock, and then there you go. What else can I do? What this also means is that, let's say I have an item like this that's 4-star. If I need 30 magic metals, I can enhance this thing up to 5-star, then I can extract it for 30 magic metals, and I can start to get a bunch of that currency that I use to buy magic metal stuff, usually transcendent hammers, which is like a big deal in the game right now. And I don't have to stress. I know that this item is not used in any collections. I know this item is not used in any collections, and I can just kind of get through it. What I do right now, and it might change in the future, is you'll come across some items that just naturally show up as 4-star. So I keep all the 4-star items so that when I feel like it, I can upgrade them to 5-star, and I can extract the magic metals. With the 3-star items, it depends. If there ever comes a time that I run out of 4-star items that I just get from farming, then I could upgrade these to 4-star and to 5-star, but that costs you an extra 100 or like 130,000 gold, which is a lot. So we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just sell these for gold. They don't sell that well. Like, look at that. Yeah, it's okay. I could also use them for hammers, but like I said, since I do okay in Camazone, I'm kind of good on hammers. So I think selling it for gold might make the most sense. If I just did this on a bunch of things, all my 3-stars and below, that maybe I could do that. Maybe that's the best way to go. Sell all the 3-stars and then upgrade all the 4-stars. Because I don't know if there's ever going to be a time where I burn through all these 4-stars, where I'd have to burn through literally every single 4-star. I just don't see that happening. So yeah, maybe just selling all this for gold makes the most sense. And then just to do a quick little comparison, let's go back up to one-handed swords. This level 30 item is going for 18.4. This level 20 item is going for 6.6. And they both are 4-star. Yeah, but those are 4-stars, sorry. Let's go up here. Well, hold on. So if this is 18.4 and this is a 4-star, and this is 18 and this is a 3-star, you don't really get a big gold cell increase. I think it's all based on the level of the item, because here it's a 6.3 and this is at 18. Yeah. So it looks like maybe selling everything that's 3-star and below makes sense once your collection is happy. And then you get a bunch of gold, you can extract some more stuff. Maybe I'll just do that now. Yeah, let's go in. Let's do it. And then I'm keeping these 4-stars because I'm gonna upgrade those and then destroy them in a second. And then here, Now, keep in mind, if you're a free-to-play player, you might actually be using some of these legendary weapons. There's nothing here that I'm really excited about, so I feel fine killing all that. But 3 stars and below get sold. And then here, watch someone be like, oh, you're making a horrible mistake. Well, I'd rather make it and let it be a teachable moment than to not make it. I don't know where I was going with that, but you get the idea. Bum, bum, bum. Now, again, if you need hammers, this is probably not the move to make. But I'm doing well in Camazone. I got a bunch of hammers, and I actually have a bunch of Camazone currency just saved up, just waiting. Anyways, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then here. Now, your strategy might be different. Maybe you're like, well, I'd rather do this and this. Yeah, it's fine. Do what you want to do. Bum, 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 bum. But gold is like one of my number one resources that is like the worst. Bum, bum, bum. Claw. Accessories is a little bit different. There's a handful of accessories that are actually really worth looking at. For example, let's get out of here. If you look at this, this is actually a really good tank necklace. Now, if you have a bunch of mirror necklaces and you got all the good stuff, okay, fine. Because there's better things in Legendary, of course. I think that's a little bit better for a tank. I think this is best in slot for a tanky boy, and so on. But if you don't have those items, and there's no real way to target those items to farm them, this would be really good if you had really good rolls on it. You're getting hit points, you're getting defense, you're getting damage reduction, and then the MLB is also defense. So I would keep that. Same thing with the pocket watch. Pocket watch is a big deal. I've got a high level one because it gives you, first off, it gives you a really good amount of defense and weapon skill regen speed. So usually Marinas wear this, sometimes Eugene's will wear this. Eugene needs more damage, but still, that's worth hanging on to. And then this is probably the best accessory in the freaking game in terms of DPS. It gives you crit, more crit, attack, skill damage. This thing's ridiculous. And then over here, this one's missing a skill damage roll, but still really good. But there's ones that I don't like. So this one, it's not bad if it's your best thing, but the MLB is hit points. And then here, the MLB is hit points. And here, the MLB is hit points and hit points and hit points. If you need a water, if you want to put this on like a water healer or something, you could do that. If you want to put this on a regular healer, this is probably the best healing one, the best unique healing accessory. This is the best and I think only legendary healing accessory. So having those makes some sense, and it's going to be super easy to MLB this thing. In fact, I could probably do it. And we talked about this one. This is another healer one that I don't really like. It's got weapon skill regen speed, and very, very rarely will you use a healer as the character that you're piloting. Only the character that you control is going to use weapon skill regen speed. But if you look at this one, now the goddess statue, it gives her shield on battle start and defense. Yes, please, right? So, wood ring, you could use this if you want to throw it on your Aoba if you don't have a mirror ready or something like that. It's not great. Again, hit point buff. If this had a healing percent as the MLB, the max limit break, then that would be more interesting. And then fire, whatever. You get the idea. So you can kind of pick and choose what you like, which means that you can get rid of a lot of the other stuff, you know? So I went through here, and I didn't lock these because I need them for collection. I locked these just because in case I want to use them as MLB. Also, this one I want to show. I think I have a higher level one. This really, really good tank item. So you've got this one, gives you double defense. This one gives you double defense. This one's probably a little bit better than this one, but you can kind of do your own comparison and see what you like. Hit points, defense, damage reduction. Hit points, defense, damage reduction. You get the idea. So both of those are good. So I locked that down. And I think that's pretty much all that's worth talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of a bunch of these. I'm not going to MLB Fairy Ring. And that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Also, as far as unlocking the book for a single item, unlocking as much of the book as possible for accessories makes sense because every single character wears an accessory. So you want to do that. So we're going to go sell that, and then we're going to talk about this whole MLB situation. So for example, I don't need this item, but it's a 4-star. And what you do, you go over here, you enhance it, and you kill it. But actually, I've already got that unlocked. Let's go into, that was inventory. Let's go into book real quick. Video's probably getting a little bit long, but we're almost done. So here, Unlock as much as you possibly can, because every single character that you'll ever use is going to use an accessory. So you can get the defense. So I need to get the basic mirror, and then this is super hard to get, this is super hard to get, and I just never run into one of these. We'll get there when we get there, but this is going to help every single character. But if we go down to rifle, if you really want to be really try hard about it, what you can do is you can kind of look and see what items you have it unlocked. So for example, I haven't 5-starred this fire sword, but I do have a 4-star fire sword. So let's see if I can 5-star it and I can unlock something for sword and I can extract it, and then that will wrap the video up. So let's go back to inventory. I believe that was the fire sword, so we go over here. Look at that, fire sword. Oh, but that's a 30, maybe I want to sell it. How much does it sell for again? 18, this one. Hold on. Fantasy sword. Did I already 5-star a fantasy sword? This is like the really nitty gritty, super try hard kind of stuff. Fantasy sword. We did copper sword. We didn't do fantasy sword. Okay, good. So we go over here to inventory, we go back to swords, we go to fantasy sword, and then I am going to evo this thing. Bang. There you go. And then I go back, I go to extract. Look at that. 30 magic metals. I can, I'm just shying a little bit of gold to do it again. But look at that. Now we come here. We get some free gems. That's a big deal. You actually get a ton of free gems. If you think about it, every single unlock here, or maybe it's only the 5 stars, but either way, you get a ton. Then we got a 0.1% increase on anybody that uses one-hand sword, so that's like Ogma and also Ogma. But look at that. And so it's up here, fantasy sword. Let it reshuffle, and look, we've unlocked one more thing in the book. You see what's going on, fellas? And then you say, well, what's up with those magic metals? Let's look at the magic metals. And here you go. So this is what you can do with magic metals. You can get the option change stones. I wouldn't do that because you're spending option change stones, or you're spending magic metal on option change stones, which is RNG. I did a video where I did 30 rolls with option change stones, got nothing. And before that video, I did like 15 or 16. So that's 45, 46 option change stones that got me nothing. That sucked. You could come over here. If you're a free-to-play player, the legendary exclusive equipment box makes a lot of sense. And if you're trying to finish out a bunch of the collections and things like that, it does make some sense there. But I'm more focused on the blue boxes, which you can't see. They're down here somewhere. These blue boxes, you get a 300 magic metal blue box. Even if you're free to play, you should do that every single time. And you get a 900 magic metal, I said blue box, I meant green box. You get a 900 magic metal box, and I think even free-to-play players can probably do that. If you focus a ton of your effort into gold and you do the extraction thing, I think every time that this box comes around, you can do it. And then there is a hammer for 5k gems that comes around from time to time. That's good too. But these are the future. It has already been announced that they are getting close to releasing a co-op mode. Co-op raids, co-op dungeons, co-op, that's you and your friends, your guild, your whatever, playing together in real time. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to show up to a party underdressed. You know what I mean? Even though I have no fashion sense, but you know what I mean? I don't want to show up and be like, hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? I'm here. I want to do Colo. I'm like, all right, what's your best hero? And you're like, I have a Nari with a +1 weapon. It's level 70. And everyone else is like, we're all MLB. Maybe you have anything better than the Nari? You only have one hero? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, whatever you feel about it, trying to get these. Trying to focus on this. Also, they're changing Evo dungeons and they're doing some other stuff, so I'm kind of staying on Evo dungeons anyways. We'll see how that goes. I do want to get back and try to 4-star a bunch of my 3-star heroes. Last thing I'll show, is it this? Nope, not this. Let's go to heroes. We're almost done, boys. So let's go into, grade. The other thing, because right now, Transcendent Hammers, Magic Metals, and Book is my focus. But the other thing I want to do is I've got a handful of these. I guess there's only 3 left. I've got 3 unique heroes that are 3-star. And it's actually really easy to get them to 5-star. Like if I look at him, go to Hero Evolution, he's only 3 more pushes away, actually 4 if you count. So it would be 3 to get him up to the level where he can evolve, and then the 4th one would evolve him. So that wouldn't be too bad. That's like 1 week of doing Evo dungeons for him. I think I actually have 4. I think there's Tinny on the team. Yeah, Tinny. Yeah. Okay, here we go. There's a lot more. Yeah, so we've got him, we've got Plitz, we've got her. She's like 1 push away. Yeah, so I need to get 30-ish Evo stones to get her ready, and then I would need 40 more to evolve her. That's not too far away. And then Lapis, kind of same. Well, Lapis is super far away. Good God. No, Lapis is 4-star. That doesn't matter. Yeah, 4-star. And then same thing with Rue. Rue's super close. So if I put like 3 weeks into doing Evo dungeons, I could 4-star those, and that would give me more contribution for the Guardian Camp base. And I rushed all the way up to 226, because I wanted to get all the sweeps. But now that I've got that done, I'm just going to sit on these cards that you get from events and stuff. I'm going to sit on the cards and wait until my heroes are higher level, higher Evo or something like that, or they have better gear or whatever. And then I'm going to use those cards. You can hold those cards as long as you like. And now that I've gotten that last little, where is it? I've gotten that last little unlock. So you get 176, and then 266 is like a sweep or something. I feel like 266 is the rest of these. It's these last 3 teams. So, like I said, you can hold on to stuff. Once you get to 260, I think you should use all your cards, use that currency until you get to 266, and after that, you can choose to just chill and wait, and your heroes will get better gear, and they will Evo and get stronger over time, and you'll get more rewards from it. So there you go. A big rambly thing. That's how I handle stuff. If I'm doing anything wrong, feel free to point it out and explain what's what. But there you go. Next thing I'm going to be working on is trying to get my town fully upgraded. I want to get, we want to get the max buildings. We'll just put it that way. We're trying to get the max buildings, fellas. So we have some high level buildings at level 10. I think everything except for my centerpiece is at least level 8. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to level all the other buildings up to level 10, and then I'm going to come back to the center. I'm going to start replacing these low-level buildings, because if you look at the info, this is a 1-star. I'm going to replace the low-level buildings with high-level buildings, and it'll be all good. I was told that, I can't remember what it was. It's like you want 8 2-star buildings, and then 3 3-star buildings, and like 1 1-star building, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That'll be a separate video on its own. All right, boys. I appreciate y'all for watching this long video. As always, see you in the next one.